Like they were playing a game of run for your life, the experienced worker shouted, "Run." He knew Judgment Day was imminent, and with the pressure skyrocketing above 4,000, his instincts were spot on. JC ordered to shut down the second blowout preventer, but at this pressure, it was like trying to wipe away a tsunami with a tissue. Launched away like superheroes, Keller and his team seized the moment to escape, while the ocean floor was in full-blown chaos. These workers sensed trouble like a pack of howling wolves, but in this pressure-cooked mud soup, they were about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Keller found he could take no remedial action. JC discovered the rapids were like an invisible wall. I brought a knife, but the currents fiercer. The underwater rocks scattered like bullets, and seeing this, JC yelled, "Get out now, battle stations, retreat." The distant boat realized trouble, exclaiming through binoculars, "Is this my seafood dinner?" Suddenly, a seagull plummeted down, creating utter chaos. Everyone froze, thinking, is this a new flavor of seafood? The gushing mud wrecked everything in sight, and JC muttered, "At this rate, even my lunch won't survive." Mike, engrossed in a chess video call, looked bewildered. What's going on? Did chess pieces win? Meanwhile, Old Tang stood dazed. The spewing mud was mixed with crude oil, like adding extra grease to your pizza, messing up the entire air intake. It flowed through pipes into the engine, thrust surged, platform shifted instantly. This farce just escalated. No pipe cut yet, platform linked to ocean floor pipe. Slight tilt felt like an earthquake. When cracks grew, leaking pressure seemed to party, with red-purple alarms everywhere chaos. Arya stepped out of the power room and was dumbstruck. What even is this? I might as well drop out. Arya felt a surge of electricity coursing through her. Is this some superhero movie I didn't sign up for? Her body was jolted repeatedly, questioning, what did I ever do to deserve this? It felt like hugging an electrical socket, a bizarre and shocking embrace. Is this the Deep Sea Defense Squad, or the Deep Sea Strike Force? The Deep Sea Defense Squad ship exploded. You heard it right, winning the lottery isn't easy. Subtitle, the Deep Sea Defense ship explodes. Coast Guard gets an SOS, hey, can we have something more urgent? They saw the explosion photos through satellites immediately, and the captain coordinated the rescue teams. Get ready, let's roll. However, helicopters offshore take over 30 minutes, rescue boats wait Chinese time. At this moment, the oil rig had turned into a fiery inferno, and the distant freighter wasn't just a spectator, it was paying for the freighter readied itself to launch a rescue, while Jimmy just woke up from what felt like a wild sleepwalking act. She had just been blasted in the shower, looking like a walking explosion, hurriedly getting dressed and rushing outside. Just then, Mike was searching for trapped workers, and the memories of getting flung by a door felt like a prank. Though Mike was almost unharmed, he was determined to cut that pipe, come hell or high water. They encountered trapped workers along the way, and explosions echoed like party favors. The entire platform went haywire, but luckily they successfully rescued people, almost turning it into a hostage rescue gala. Old Tang, completely befuddled, stared at the end of the world scene, unsure which way to escape. He randomly opened a door, accidentally stumbling into the control room, where everyone seemed to be conducting a psychological carnival. If the light board is shut down, everyone becomes deep-sea shark's lunch. Pilot West fearlessly climbed into the crane cab despite the flames. The pressure in the missile, the equipment's axle became like a lost band, stuck tight, and it took him all his muscles to stabilize. The workers below cheered him on, but he was faced with this patience test. Subtitles. Mike finally led Jimmy into the cabin, seeing Old Tang dazed. Old Tang, are you in a meeting? Subtitles. Nearly blind Jimmy, filled with rage, rushed straight towards Old Tang. Get out of here. I want to deal with this all by myself. Subtitles. Jimmy pressed the button for cutting pipes, and the blaze came out, flowing as if it were a crazy stream of blades. Jimmy, please go now. Jimmy, please. There's still a fire burning over there. We have to get out. With the pipe cutting failing, everyone prepared to leave, but Jimmy insisted, we need to restore power. This is our last line of defense. To do this, Mike and Keller dashed through the flames towards the black box. Please, let's not turn into charcoal. A sudden fireball nearly turned them into Martians, yet upon entering, they found the backup power manual. Mike successfully restored power to the platform, reigniting the lights, and the system stabilized like a kid's toy that finally got its batteries changed. However, this remedy was like a drop in the bucket compared to the disaster, and Mike and Keller faced another explosion crisis. By the time Jimmy and the others emerged, the lifeboat was already in the water sea like a flash escape action. The platform kept exploding, almost turning into a boiling kettle, and they urged everyone to get ready for their cushion boat. They instructed others to board first while preparing for the last one, but a sudden explosion tossed Mike and Anria into chaos. Workers controlling the lift were ignited in an instant, desperately jumping into the sea, and the air cushion boat swooped down to the surf. The raging flames and the surrounding sea meant jumping in would be a suicide mission. Could we survive this?